Welcome to a video about power user tips for average Windows 8 users. So you want to quickly use your Windows 8 machine and you don't want to have to struggle with things you don't understand. Well, welcome to this video where I'm going to show you how to understand quickly, get things done, and move on with your life. First thing you want to know, or that you need to know to get used to in Windows 8, is charms. Charms are located on the right side of the screen. Whoops, didn't mean to do that. But that's the charms as you saw me click search. But you need to get used to the charms bar in general. The charms bar displays a lot of things that you need to access to be able to quickly control Windows 8. It has the square little thingy that pops up on your desktop showing you the date, the time, and your internet status. Now, on the charms bar, you will get search, share, start, devices, and settings. Now, pretend you are on your desktop and you quickly want to shut your computer down. What do? Go to the charms bar, go to settings, hit power, and choose which you want to do, which is shut down. Like I said, pretend like you're shutting your computer down. So let's give you a scenario here. I'm sitting here on the start menu and I want to hurry up and shut the computer down. Shut the computer down right now. Bleep, bleep, bleep. And then you're there. All of 2 seconds. Next, I'm going to talk about search. Search function works wherever you are in Windows. So, say you have an application open, like something from the Windows Store. It will, like, let's just say if I went into the Windows Store and went to search, when I began to type in the search box up here, when I clicked search from the charms bar, it will search within that Windows Store. So if I have an application that is downloaded from the Windows Store and I'm in that application, the app itself will be searched inside of, instead of your whole entire computer. Next we have the sharing. Sharing is just for sharing. If you want to share things on your computer, go to another video about how to set that up. This is not what this video is about, but it happens to be an option on the charms bar. Next we have the start button, or charm. When you click it, you're just taken to the start menu, which in all actuality you don't need to use the charms bar to get there. You can just go down here and click and you're back, and click and you're back. Just as simple, and it shows you start right there, you know. Next on the charms bar we have devices. It would show you what devices are connected to your computer. Next, you're going to see settings, which I've already went over a little bit. Click settings, and inside settings you will notice that you have the control panel, personalization, PC info, and help. In the olden days, when you went to the start menu and it came up as an actual menu instead of a start screen, as Microsoft is referring to it as, you would be able to go to these settings that Settings is now offering. You will notice that from settings you get most of your system's controls. This is what you need to remember. The charms bar and its functions can help you use your computer very efficiently. If you do not get used to having it be necessary to go to the charms bar most of the time on your computer, you will not be very good at getting around Windows 8 quickly, because the charms bar is a main function or main key element to Windows 8. And that is a bit of a look over charms. Next, I'm going to show you how to access disk defrag and disk cleanup. As in Windows 8, it is not very easily accessible to disk cleanup and the disk defrag utility that is pre-built into Windows. It was much easier to access in Windows 7, but in Windows 8 it's a little bit more difficult. You have to go through some steps to get to it, and it's just like, why did they make this so difficult? But I'm going to show you. What you want to do to access the classic disk cleanup and disk defrag is go to your Charms bar. From your Charms bar, click on Settings. Under Settings, select Control Panel. Under Control Panel, you'll be brought to Adjust your computer's settings. We don't want to click anything here in these sub-menus. What you want to do is go to the View by Category in the upper right-hand corner. Under Categories, choose Small or Large, whichever you will prefer, and it will show you an icon view of everything in Control Panel, such as the classic Windows XP style of Control Panel. Now, you want to go into Administrative Tools. Under Administrative Tools, you will find Defragment and Optimize Drives and the Disk Cleanup. So, what I did for Disk Cleanup is pinned it to my Start menu or Start screen. And that's what you can do to quickly get back to it. Pin it to your Start screen and you will quickly see how it says Pin to Start. When you right click on it, you can pin to start. So if you pin it, you'll be able to quickly get back to it. And same goes for the disk defrag. Next, we're going to be going over startup items, how to control the startup items in your system, and how to use the MS configurations from Windows 7 and way back to lower versions of Windows. Because they have changed MS configuration, or MS config. If you've ever had to change startup items or change what's starting up with your computer, you know about MS config. Now, to get to MS config, unlike the way that Windows 7 done it, where you would go down here to the Start menu, type in MS config, and it would appear. You can do this one of two ways. One, you can right-click down on the Start menu, or the Start screen area, and select Run. From there you can type in msconfig and it will appear. The easier, more quickly way to do it without having to click, bring up Run, then type it, you can just come over here to search and type msconfig, and it will appear within seconds. And you click it and it will open. When msconfig opens, you're presented with the classic msconfig as it is in Windows Vista and Windows 7, and possibly XP, I don't remember, because I haven't used XP in a long time. Now, you'll be able to go to Boot, and to optimize the speed of the boot time on your system, go ahead and change 30, which will be in this little timeout seconds box. Go ahead and select 30 and change it to 3. 3 is the lowest you can put it at, but it will help your system load and shut down faster. Under the advanced options, you can pick number of cores and select the maximum number of cores you have to boost your computer's boot time. Under services, you should clearly, if you're looking at this video and you're looking at how to get things done, you obviously have dealt with services before, and that's nothing to discuss. When you get to startup items, or startup tab in the msconfig, it's going to tell you to manage startup items, use the start section of the task manager, and you can click to open it. But let's say, for example, you are not in msconfig, such as I am now. All you have to do is come down here to the taskbar on the desktop in Windows 8, right click on it and choose Task Manager. From Task Manager, you're going to pick Startup. Here you're able to control the startup items on your computer, and it has enabled or disabled, and you can choose by right-clicking and hitting enable or disable depending on your preference. And that is a look at MS configurations. How do you manage control panel options quickly without needing to access control panel from the Charms bar? From the Charms bar. Gee, I couldn't get that out of my mouth any more stuttery. Yeah. Well, what you gotta do is come over here like you're going to click into the start menu, which obviously I'm not. You just right click where the start menu or start screen would pop up. See the little pop up? You just right click on it and you get all of your control panel options that you would normally want to access. Mainly. The main ones, yeah. So you have programs and features, which will open up and let you choose to uninstall programs from your system. You have the power options, which will let you choose the sleep, wake, and hibernation functions of your system. And that is a look at how to power use Windows 8. It can't get any more simpler than that. And there is this thing where whenever you're in the start menu or whatever and you go to settings, when you go to settings and then change PC settings, it brings up this crazy thing, girl. It's crazy, girl. But you don't have to know anything about this if you don't want to, unless you're using a tablet. That's the only time this screen will become important, is if you're using a tablet. You do not need to access this screen. The functions like user accounts, and you will go here for notifications. That is the only thing you cannot control outside of this menu. So if you want to control notifications, this is where you'll have to go. But if you are on the desktop and you do not use this on a tablet, you can clearly access all of these things from the control panel. User accounts and all that good stuff can be done in the control panel. You don't need to go to the fancy new Windows 8 settings thingy unless you're on a tablet. Can't stress that enough. So, this has been Jaren134. Oh, and if you like this video, hit subscribe, girl. You know you want to see more from me. Hit the like button if you like this video. Every like helps because it just does. So click that like button, y'all. And y'all have a lovely, lovely, lovely day, night, whatever time you're watching this video.